Good morning friends, welcome to economic classes. In the last class we have discussed about how the budget line is going to change due to change in income and price. And by the end of the change in budget line we have successfully completed the utility theory. Friends, utility theory has been criticized by the modern economists, and they were mentioning some of the drawbacks of this utility theory, that the utility theory which is based on subjective but not on the objective, and where this utility theory, in the utility theory, the utility what we are going to calculate or find in the ordinal approach is not possible, where we are unable to find the utility under ordinal approach accurately. By mentioning some of these drawbacks, they have found a new theory which is they have named themselves as indifference preference theory. The indifference preference theory has originally given by one of the greatest economists, that is from Ireland, that is Professor Francis Edworth. The originator of this indifference preference theory is Professor Francis Edworth. Later on, this theory has been developed or popularized by some of other economists in this world, that are R.G.D. Allen and J.R. Hitch. These are the two economists where they have developed or popularized this indifference preference theory. So why to wait again? So let us directly go through this particular indifference preference theory. In this indifference preference theory, we are going to see that how the taste and preference are going to change by the use of income, and how they try to maximize their level of satisfaction, and that is what we are going to check it into this indifference preference theory. Well, so we just go to understand this theory very clearly by step. So here we will start with indifference curve. What is this indifference curve? How it is there in the indifference preference theory, and let us check it out. So indifference curve is the curve which shows the combinations of different commodities where that makes a consumer to get equal level of satisfaction. We can have so many of commodities which are surrounding to us. We may consume those commodities which they give us a maximum and same level of satisfaction. So I repeat once again the meaning of this indifference curve. Indifference curve is a curve which shows the different combination of two commodities which gives a consumer equal level of satisfaction. So this indifference curve and the indifference preference theory, that we are going to understand by the use of a schedule and diagram. Let us come to this schedule now. The schedule that we are going to have here, that by taking three columns, the first column which shows the combinations of different commodities, where we are going to take two for our example, and the units of apple, that again we can take apple and banana as usual, or if you want to change you can change any of the examples. So our example, I am going to take apple and banana. These are the two commodities. In these two commodities I am going to make different level of different combinations which give us equal level of satisfaction. So friends, let us go to the table where we have to make three columns. One column which shows the combinations of A and B, that is apple and banana, and the second column units of apple, and the third column units of banana. So we make a three columns, and by that we will just put that into the diagram, and how it is going to affect on the consumer's level of satisfaction. Let us see that now. So we just go through with the table now. The first one, as I mentioned, that is the combinations. The second one, units of apple. The third one, units of banana. So these are the three columns that we are going to draw here. So combination point of view, let us take the different combinations here. I am going to take here A, B, C, D, E, F. So these are the different combinations that I am going to take here. So for these different combinations, I am going to just take the sum of the units of apple and some of the units of banana, which give me a equal level of satisfaction. Well, so let us just go through with this one now. So I may take 1 unit of apple, whereas 16 units of banana. And coming to the second combination, where I take 2 units of apple, whereas 14 units of banana. Coming to the third, where I may use 3 of apple and this one banana maybe 11 units. Where I go to next one, where I may purchase 4 of apple and where it may be 7 of bananas, 5 of apple and 4 of bananas and 6 of apple and 2 of banana, and one more I can take F G, that 7 of apples where 1 of banana. So you can just see these are the different combination. In the combination A, where I may take 1 of apple and 16 of banana, 1 of apple and 16 of banana. So this may give a kind of satisfaction, a particular level of satisfaction. And coming to the B combination, in that B combination where I am going to take 2 of apple and 14 of banana. At combination C, 3 of apples and 11 of banana, and so on in the different combinations. So these all the different combinations what I made by the use or by purchase of apple and banana, which give us equal level of satisfaction. The satisfaction what we are going to derive from A, B, C, D, E, F and other combinations, all they give equal level of satisfaction. And that is what in the indifference preference theory, whatever the combination you are going to make, what is the maximum level of satisfaction you are going to get, and that is what we are going to understand into this one. The same schedule what we have derived here, we put into the diagram, that how the diagram is going to come. So let us go through with the diagram here. So now you see here the units of apple from 1 to 7, where the units of banana they are from 1 to 16. So in that case what I am going to do, I just take OX axis apple, OY axis banana. So OX axis it is 1 to 7, that is banana, units of apple 1 to 7, 0 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So on OX axis I have taken the units of apple and that is 1 to 7. Where from banana point of view I can just go through with 1 to 16. Here the bananas are 1 to 16. So 1 to 16. So let us see 1 to 16 on this. So I can take 1 to 16 in this chart here. So I just take particular units of measurement where 1 centimeter equals to 2 units. So by taking 2 units here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 and 16. Well, so by taking up to 16 I can just go through with this diagram. So now you see at combination A, 1 unit of apple and 16 units of bananas. So then what is going to get? This is apple and this is banana. So now you see 1 unit of apple and 16 units of banana. So it comes here. Coming to the next one, that at combination B, 2 units of apple and 14 units of banana. 2 and this is a 14. 2 and 14. And coming to the next one, 3. So 3 that it comes, that is how 3 to 11. So this is 3 and we somewhere come 11 here. This is 11, right? And the same way 4, 7. This is a 4 unit of apple and 7 unit of banana. So it comes little, it comes here. Then yeah. Then next 5, 4. This is a 5 and this is a 4. Somewhat it comes here. And 6, 2. 6, 2. This is a 6 and this is a 2 and it comes here. And lastly 7, 1. This is 7 and it comes 1 here. 1. Now if by joining these points, how the curve that it is going to come? So just join these curves here, points, plotted points, right? So we are going to get like this. So by joining like this, these are the points where I am going to join here, right? This is a 4 and this is 2 and somewhat this is 1. I just mentioned the combinations here. Combination A, B, C, D, E, So many of combinations we have derived here. Now let's just look at this one. So as I was saying, the same what I said in the table, the same if we take into the diagram also. So in the diagram we are saying at combination A, at combination B, at combination C, D, E, E, F and G. So these are the different combinations where these all the combinations which give a consumer equal level of satisfaction. So why actually we have to target in that way in order to get equal level of satisfaction or the maximum level of satisfaction. So as we already know that the effective utilization of the resources had to be implemented here in order to get the maximum level of satisfaction. Whatever may be the combination you do, all the combination that should give a maximum level of satisfaction. So consumer always prefers in order to get maximum level of combination, maximum level of satisfaction by making different combinations. So in this example, by this indifference curve preference theory that we are going to understand, a combination A, B, C, D, E up to G is making different combinations, different units that he is going to purchase in different combinations. So how he does here? See, at A he purchases 1 unit of apple and 16 units of banana. At B 2 units of apple and 14 units of banana. At C 3 units of apple and 11 units of banana. At D 4 units of apple and 7 units of banana. At E 5 units of apple and 4 units of banana. F 6 units of apple and 2 units of banana. And the last at G 7 units of apple and 1 units of banana. So here he is purchasing, he is making indifference here. Either he may increase in the apple or decrease in the apple, or it may increase in the banana or decrease in the banana. Now you just see, as the units of apple go on increasing, the units of banana go on decreasing. There is a diminish in the other units. If you want to get 1 unit of apple, you have to sacrifice other unit of banana. So there is an inverse relationship. In the last class we also discussed, if the curve, any curve which moves left to right downward, which is because of the inverse relationship or opposite relationship between two units here. So now we are seeing the same apple and banana where they have two that relationship which is opposite. Now here in this apple, the consumer prefers to gain or purchase more and more units of apple, whereas he wants to sacrifice the units of banana. One way by increasing in the apples, other way by decreasing in the banana. His level of satisfaction remains same, and the points which are plotted on these curve, whatever the curve it is given here, either it may be A, B, C, D, E, F up to G. So assume that at combination A, by consumption of 1 unit of apple and 16 units of banana, he may get one particular units of satisfaction. Say we measure in the utility that how he may one imaginary one example that 20 utils. 20 utils is what? At the combination of A, 1 unit of apple and 16 units of banana. So by having or by consuming these two, he may get 20 utils. The same way, the level of satisfaction remains same at combination B by the consumption of 2 units of apple and 14 units of banana. And how much of satisfaction that he derives at combination B? By consumption of 2 and 14, the total utility or the satisfaction that he derives, that is 20 utils. The same way at combination C, by consumption of 3 and 4, 3 and 11, his level of satisfaction again remains same. That 20 utils is what? It is the maximum satisfaction that he derives by the consumption of different combinations. Yes, so many of combinations we have done. The main purpose of making different combinations is to get maximum, and that maximum satisfaction what we get, that is the peak. Over and above we can't go. So that is the maximum. By making different combination, always in a different combination we should reach to that maximum satisfaction. So here in by the combination of all these, his level of satisfaction remains same at one particular utils. That as we have taken in our example is 20 utils. So he gets 20 utils if we go through with A, B, C, D or up to G, any of the other combination that he does. In all the combinations, his level of satisfaction or his utility, that it is 20 utils. This is one example we are going to do here. So either if the points below to this indifference curve or above to indifference curve, and that is not gives maximum level of satisfaction. How we can say, at if the points which come below to this indifference curve, this is how in short we write IC. So this IC means indifference curve. So this IC indifference curve can also be called as ISO utility curve. So there may be a chance of asking in competitive exams. IC, that is indifference curve, can also be called as dash. It may give 4 options. In that you have to select which option. ISO utility curve. So this curve is also called as ISO utility curve. So here we were saying if the points strictly below to this indifference curve are called less satisfaction, that the consumer who is getting here in these combinations below to this, and that are called less satisfaction. 4 and above, it is not at all possible. Why? Because we already decided this is the maximum satisfaction, and still if he wants to go, and that may come to other indifference curve which is 4 and above to that indifference curve. That again we are going to discuss in the indifference map. Now we'll see it later. So here it is clear, I hope. So any points below to this are makes less satisfaction. 4 and above we can't, because it is the maximum satisfaction we are deriving already in the indifference curve. 4 and above, that means it is unattainable, we can't get. This is the maximum. 4 and above we can't get the satisfaction. So this is how we are going to check it out through this indifference curve. Let us see that indifference curve by the combination of different indifference curve, what we are going to derive, and that is we are going to study now indifference map. So I am going through with that indifference map now. We have understood the indifference curve. Now we go with the indifference map. So in this indifference map, so in the indifference curve we have seen that indifference curve is that where we are going to see the different combination of two goods which give maximum level of satisfaction. But in the indifference map we are going to see that that is a combination of different or two or more than two indifference curves in one particular diagram. It is a group of indifference curves is going to call as indifference map. So how it will be? This is OX axis and Y axis. If this is the case, this is one indifference curve and another indifference curve and one more indifference curve, and like this it goes on. So the first one here it is IC1, the second one it is IC2, and this is IC3, and this is IC4. IC means what? Indifference curves. So this is the indifference map. The indifference map is a map which is the group of different indifference curves. Different indifference curves shows different level of satisfaction. Don't get confusion here. Different indifference curves shows different level of satisfaction, where the different combination on same indifference curve gives same and maximum level of satisfaction. Should not have any confusion here. So here we have so many of different indifference curve, where different indifference curve give different level of satisfaction. If any points on same indifference curve give same level of satisfaction. So now you just see here I said 4 indifference curve are there. IC1, indifference curve 1, indifference curve 2, indifference curve 3, and indifference curve 4. So out of these 4, which indifference curve gives higher level of satisfaction compared to other indifferent curves? So let us check it out here. So if I say indifference curve 1 to 2, comparison if we do in between IC1 to IC2, so which gives higher level of satisfaction? As you already seen in the budget line, which shift to the right side or which is there to the right side, it is the higher commodity that we have purchased. In the same way here, the IC or indifference curve which is to the right side, it shows higher level of satisfaction. Higher level of satisfaction in these two. Now if we just compare in between IC1 and IC2, IC2 gives higher level of satisfaction compared to IC1. Here there may be a chance that why IC2 gives higher level of satisfaction, because as our interest or taste and preference is more favorable towards to IC2, which means on particular combination of different goods, that gives a higher level of satisfaction. If just compare in between of these two, IC2 indifference curve 2 gives higher level of satisfaction compared to indifference curve 1. The same way if we compare from one to another, let us see that with the symbol, that how it is going to here. So IC1 which gives the lower level of satisfaction compared to IC2, and again lower than IC3, and again lower than IC4. The level of satisfaction what we are deriving in IC1, which is almost less than IC2, IC3 and IC4. And the same way if we go to IC2, indifference curve 2, which IC2, indifference curve 2 gives higher level of satisfaction compared to IC1, because this is right side to the IC1. So in indifference curve 2, IC2, it gives higher level of satisfaction compared to IC1, but where it gives lower level of satisfaction compared to IC3, less than IC3 and again less than IC4. IC2 is greater than IC1 but less than IC3 and IC4. The same way if we take IC3, IC3 where it is greater than IC1 and also greater than IC2 but less than IC4. Indifference curve 3 which gives higher level of satisfaction compared to IC1, IC2 but it is lesser than IC4. So IC4 is almost higher satisfaction compared to all other remaining things. So let us check it for 4. IC4 which is greater than IC1, which is greater than IC2 and also greater than IC3. So here we will come to know that IC4 indifference curve gives higher level of satisfaction compared to all other remaining indifference curves. It may be IC1, IC2, IC3 and remaining things. So this is how IC4 gives higher level of satisfaction. In this diagram we can see that IC4 gives higher level of satisfaction, IC1 gives lower level of satisfaction. So this is the diagram which we call as indifference map, where it is the combination of different indifference curves which show different level of satisfaction. That is IC1 show one kind of satisfaction, IC2 other satisfaction level and IC3, IC4 like that. These all are going to give different level of satisfaction where we are going to put into one diagram. Well, so this is about indifference curve and indifference map. Remaining things we will discuss in the next class. Thank you so much.